Have you ever stopped to wonder why God, being all-powerful, doesn't destroy Satan and the fallen angels once and for all? It even seems a bit strange, doesn't it? After all, if he can do anything, why allow evil to continue existing? However, the Bible shows us that these spiritual beings have a role in the history of the world, and that God doesn't act immediately. There is a greater plan, a divine logic that involves justice, patience, and purpose. Today, I'm going to present 4 reasons why God cannot kill Satan and the fallen angels, exploring how this fits into God's plan for humanity. First reason, Satan and the fallen angels are spiritual beings. Unlike us who have physical bodies, Satan and the fallen angels exist in a different dimension. That's why the idea of physical death doesn't apply to them in the same way. You can't simply kill an angel or Satan as you would a human being. This helps us understand something fundamental. God's power is not limited, but the way he deals with spiritual beings follows different rules than our physical reality. And that's exactly why their destruction doesn't happen immediately. They exist, but under divine control and purpose. Second reason, they are part of a greater plan. Revelation 20 verse 10 shows us that Satan will be thrown into the lake of fire only at the end of time, not right after he sinned or began deceiving the world. In other words, God doesn't eliminate evil instantly because he has a bigger plan in motion. But why wait? Because God's goal goes far beyond just getting rid of Satan. He wants to fulfill his purposes of justice and salvation. Every action of God is thought out within a plan that includes humanity's redemption, the testing of faith, and the demonstration of his perfect justice. So even though we might ask, why doesn't he end evil now? The Bible makes it clear that there is a right time and a divine purpose at work. Third reason, permission for testing and suffering. The Bible shows us that God allows Satan and the fallen angels to be instruments of testing and discipline. A classic example is the story of Job in chapters 1 and 2. There, Satan is permitted to test Job, but within the limits God sets. But what's the purpose of this? Suffering, temptation, and challenges don't exist just to cause pain. They have an educational role. They help reveal faith, perseverance, and human character. It's like a workout for the soul. God allows difficulties to exist, but always to fulfill his purposes. So when you see evil happening around you, it's not because God has lost control. On the contrary, he is allowing certain events to teach, strengthen, and prepare people, always guiding everything within his perfect plan. Fourth reason, eschatological plan. Now, let's talk about something called the eschatological plan, which is the way God organizes events for the end times. The Bible shows us that Satan's defeat will be final and eternal, but it will only happen in God's timing. This means God doesn't act impulsively, he has the right moment for everything. But why does he wait so long? The answer lies in God's greater plan. He wants to ensure that humanity's redemption is fully accomplished before punishing Satan and the fallen angels. So the delay doesn't mean God is unable to act. On the contrary, it's a demonstration of his wisdom, patience, and justice. He allows time to pass and gives people the opportunity to choose, and only then will he carry out the final judgment, which will be complete and eternal. To conclude, it's important to remember that Satan and the fallen angels are spiritual beings created by God, with their own existence but limited before the Creator. Knowing this helps us trust in God's protection and authority in our lives. If this video made you reflect, leave a "Glory to God" in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow the next content. May the Lord bless you.